Hello, I am Glen and I am the youth mentor for the Afan Valleys with the Communities for Work project. And I have been asked to do another video for you with regards to my own personal experience, with regards to leaving school with no qualifications. The reason they've asked me to do this, I think, is because I am one of many people that have left school with no qualifications for one reason or another, and there's a plethora of reasons out there, and I guess because I've been there, I'm in a unique position to maybe give some advice, guidance, and support. You be the judge. I've been given a list of questions by our wonderful engagement team, and they've. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to try and keep it short so not to bore you. I will say that you can contact me or the number above or below, wherever they put it, and talk through with one of our triage team. Or you can contact me directly on my page, Glen Afan Mentor, and I'm happy to talk stuff through with you and tell you a little bit more about the project and what we can offer. So, first question, why did you leave school with no qualifications? That's a massive question, and there were 100 reasons. A few of them. Number one, I hated school. I hated the environment. I went to school in North London, so it was a bit of a war zone anyway, but I hated school. I didn't enjoy the process. I was behind on a lot of subjects, and I couldn't work out why everyone else was overtaking me on things, because I didn't consider myself thick or stupid, but I couldn't work out why everyone else seemed to have a better understanding of what was going on around me. I got in with a crowd of like-minded people that were struggling with school, that had different ideas, and I think what you naturally do is you rebel and you stick to the people that... you stick around the people that kind of understand you better. And what that kind of got me into, I guess, was a little bit of trouble sometimes. And I'd had suspensions from school. I'd been suspended on a few occasions. I'd been hauled up in front of the headmaster, and I'm not proud of it. But I do look back and giggle a little bit at how I just felt so rebellious about everything, because I just couldn't understand why the world was moving on, and everyone was getting this and I was being made to feel thick and stupid all the time. So I kind of felt like I was cast in this mould of being not very bright and a little bit difficult, and then that was my school life. And then I felt like I was grossly misunderstood by my teachers, by some of my peers, and the people that I was hanging around with. To be honest, we all just got each other in trouble. And at the time I thought it was really great because I kind of belonged somewhere, but the truth is that we were all just hanging on to each other for dear life until we could get through the school period, the school life that all of us hated so much. So why didn't I get any qualifications? I guess I didn't apply myself. I didn't really apply myself. I didn't know how to at the time. We were I'm not making excuses, because there are 100 reasons. We were in large classes. We were in a very volatile environment. I didn't ever do homework. My family weren't very big on academics at the time. So it wasn't... So a lot of my learning had to be done in school in an environment that I didn't enjoy being in. I couldn't focus. And that's it. I mean, and in some cases I was lazy. I mean, I probably could have sat down and studied, but I just didn't. And I knew it was important, but I just knew that it wasn't working for me. And that's it. I'm not going to make excuses for it. I was lazy, and the school wasn't particularly great, but I can't blame it all on them, as much as I'd love to. What did I do? Well, the truth is, I mean, I come from a family of grafters. I mean, everyone in my family works very hard. I think what's important and what I've learned through my working life is that if you work hard, You know, you can have all the qualifications in the world, but if you're not a good worker, if you don't show respect, turn up on time, work hard, do the job, then your qualifications don't really matter. They don't carry you through after you've got the job. I mean, they allow you to understand certain situations better. They allow you to more effectively communicate in a business-like way. But the truth is, if you don't work hard, it doesn't matter if you've got a master's degree. You won't earn respect or move on. You'll just stay stuck. So I just went and got a job. I just went and got a job in a bar collecting glasses because my mum said, if you're not going to go to college, you've got to get out there and work. And she was right. I went out there. I went and collected glasses, and I was trying to get into college, but because of my qualifications and because I'd been suspended a couple of times from school, I couldn't get into any of the mainstream colleges. So I had to go to a college where kind of everyone else went. And that could have been an incredibly difficult environment, but actually it was a turning point for me because it was a day release. It was like you were doing an MVQ. So you would do 4 days a week on placement and 1 day a week in the college. And I was doing business. And I didn't really learn a great deal there about the actual subject matter, but what I did learn a lot about was the people around me. People had changed. There were other people that were striving to move forwards, other people that just wanted different jobs. It wasn't a volatile place as much as school was. So I'd started to thrive a little bit more. I got the MVQ, but what I really learned was that actually I wasn't thick the way that I was made to feel in school. I wasn't stupid. I was maybe behind there, but when I was in the right kind of environment, I started to thrive. And then I started to realise, well, actually, maybe I just need to put myself in the right kind of environments to thrive. So I went back to the job after I got my qualification, and I started to develop skills. And one thing I did do in every single job that I got, if someone offered me training or a qualification, I took it, because what I started to realise was I need a basic level of qualification in order to keep progressing, to keep earning more money. And that's what I did. I just built up NVQ after NVQ. And then I got myself into full-time college. I got myself into a full-time job. But I went back to college part-time in my 30s to do my English GCSE and my Maths GCSE. And I found all of a sudden that I was enjoying the process of learning, and I started to thrive. And I got pretty good qualifications there. I then had a chat with my boss, and I went to university 1 day a week to study building studies, construction. And it was hard, really hard work, but I passed. I passed with a distinction. But not because I'm clever, and this is the thing, and this is what people think, oh, well, you've got a distinction, you've got to have something about it. It wasn't. I had to work twice as hard as all of the other people to get the result I needed. I had to realise that, like I said before, it's not about qualification, it's about the work that you put in, because you're responsible for yourself. So I worked... And I was working full time as well. So I was up until 4 o'clock in the morning doing papers and doing research, and then going to work the next day and doing it all over again each term. And I worked for every part of that qualification. And I can still tell you now, it wasn't down to being smart. It was down to hard work. What's my advice is the last question. Don't listen to people that tell you you're thick. It doesn't matter if you can't read or write very well at this point. What matters is the work that you put in to move forward. When I left school, I couldn't spell. I didn't really read. Maths completely eluded me, and I just felt like that was me forever. Because so many people, teachers, friends, had all said the same thing, so I started to believe them. But the truth is that sometimes you need to be in the right environment to thrive. Sometimes you need to be in the right environment to move forward, to learn the way that you feel comfortable learning. And I guess Communities for Work helps people do that, because we're all very similar, us mentors. We've all kind of been where you are. And although I've done these qualifications, the truth is that I'm no smarter now than I was then. I've just had different avenues and different ways of making my way through life. And now I'm doing a job I love, with people that I really care about, with friends. And my advice to you is that if you've left school with no qualifications, it's okay. It's okay. It will be okay, but don't settle for it. Don't sit around and say, well, I've got no qualifications, so I'm not going to bother. Start now and take any job. I was glass collecting. I've worked in factories. I've worked in restaurants. I've worked cleaning. I've worked in holiday camps, on cruise ships, in training projects within the local authority. I've worked for disability projects. You know, there are places for you everywhere. Everywhere, even if you haven't got a qualification. What matters is your work ethic. And when you're in that interview and they say, you know, your level of qualification is low, you turn around and say to them, I will always be on time. I will always be presentable. I will work hard. I won't ring in sick every 5 minutes. I will prove to you that I can do the job and do it well. And when you put the work in and you do those qualifications as you're going, that's where you learn the respect. And that's completely possible and doable right now. And that's what you tell them. So don't listen to when people say, well, you haven't got your GCSE'S, so you're done. You're not done. This is just the start for you. And if you've just left school, or, I mean, you've got the world in front of you, whether you've got GCSEs or not. Don't get me wrong, I'm not promoting leaving school without a qualification. If you've got an opportunity to do them and you're enjoying school and it works for you, then fantastic, you carry on. But if you've left school with no qualifications, you've still got a very bright future. But there's going to be an aspect of it where you're going to have to work hard, you're going to prove yourself. And then when you do get the opportunity to gain some of those qualifications along the way, just to help you along, like for this job that I love, I couldn't do this job without a level 4 in advice and guidance or working towards it. So it's, you know, it was a no-brainer. I'll start the qualification, let's do it. I'm currently doing a careers advice and guidance course. I get support off the people around me. I'm not in school anymore. I'm not that person. So my advice, in my long-winded way, is it's okay. You'll be fine. But like everyone else, you've got to be prepared to work hard and start at the bottom. And that doesn't matter whether you've got an English, maths, science, whatever. If you're not prepared to work hard, those qualifications don't matter. If you're prepared to work hard, you can build up those qualifications and a great deal of respect at the same time. If you've got any questions for me, please feel free to contact me on the numbers above or below. I'm Glen Afan Mentor for Communities for Work, and I'm not just speaking for myself. There's a few of us mentors that have been in the same position as you guys, and we know the tricks of the trade. We know how to put yourself across in an application form, how to put yourself across in an interview. We've got the advice for you because we've all done it. And if you're watching this and you've watched it till the end, then you should be really proud of yourself because this is the first step. So give us a call. Okay? Thank you for taking the time to listen to me. And I hope to see you on the other side. Take care.